I've realized along the ways that actually not every business is for you. Hi entrepreneurs, this is Gisela and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is all about, do I say yes to every business that comes my way? Should I say no, and why? Okay, let's be honest guys. Starting up a business or an entrepreneurship or whatever kind of things that you want to do, the minute you get your first customer or even inquiry, you get super excited. You're just like, oh my gosh, I knew my dream was going to come true. I knew it was going to work. So you tend to take things on board without actually evaluating them. So this is the case that happened to me, right? So as soon as we went live and we had inquiries, I literally took anyone and everyone. Let me do it. Obviously, as for a marketing agency, we needed to have a portfolio, so we did take them on board. But do I recommend you doing that on a long-term basis? Not really. That was a mistake from my part, because that means their staff had a lot more pressure on them. We had a pressure to perform and the quality and all sorts of stuff. So I realized along the ways that actually not every business is for you, and it is okay to say no. It is okay to say no to some things. It's okay to maybe even refer them to others. I've had business owners who's actually thanked me for being able to refer them to someone else who I think can handle the requirement much better. Because every client, you guys, it is basically an ambassador. Every client you have, and this is the biggest marketing strategy there is. It's called word of mouth. So you basically will, do a service for someone else. They will then go and tell somebody else, and so on, so on. So this is the best way that you get referrals, because it's based on trust. So should you take every single business there is? Not really. How would you evaluate it? So what I would look for is, one, I would look for what is their requirements. Is their requirements up to here? When you and your team are stressed out or have a lot of workload, and you can only give this standard. Secondly is a time frame. Some people want it like this. It never works like this. But sometimes it's all about education. You've got to educate your clients. You've got to educate them on time frame. They come to you because they don't have that. So either if it's a product they don't have, then you are the ideal business. Or even if you are a service-based business, they obviously don't know how long it takes to do certain things. Some people are well aware. Nowadays, in this day and age, everybody does internet shopping. Everybody does, Google searches. Everybody reads up on things before they actually come to you. So they do have a vague idea, but it's always important to just explain to them your process and how long your process takes. Like as an example, our web development team, they have a 6-phase development process. So that is completely different, and it differs for every agency. So it's just making sure that your client is aware and he knows or she knows exactly how you operate and if it works for you as well. Okay, so time frame is something I would check. Also about, does the client have what it takes to succeed with the business afterwards? As an example, I've had some clients said, I want to build a massive software, I want to build a massive website, I want to do this, I want to do that. So we did, we were on the brinks of working with them throughout the project, and then very quickly the client actually realized that they didn't have the backing resources for once the website was ready. But I also sit down and I say to them, right, so this is what the functionality is, this is how it will go to the end of it, this is what you could do afterwards. So if you were to have a finished project, what is then the basis next to it? So it's a bit like a marketing plan or business plan even after that. Also, certain things you might not agree with. So I have had to say no to things that I don't agree with and I don't want to personally be involved in. So there's certain taboo topics that I would not take on as a client. I've had people come on to me like, would you advertise vaping? Personally, I don't think that's something I want to integrate my company with. So I have kindly rejected their marketing proposal, and I said, no, we don't advertise vape. Or there's a few other things that also came my way where I said, morally, I don't agree with them, so I'm going to not partner with them. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who actually do that, or they specialize in that niche. So it is okay for you to say no, and it's always a good idea if you want to just explain yourself to them. People don't get offended. They get offended if you take on a project you can't, and then you don't finish it, you take the money, or you work so hard and then you go AWOL. So that is something that I do not recommend. If you know already that this is something that you're 70% not so sure about, it's better to reconsider. Okay, thank you.